I like that's so honest. You ask, in America, you ask if somebody's feeling good, and they never tell you the truth.
No.
You just said just about good.
Yeah, pretty much.
No one ever just says I'm fucked.
I'm just fucked. I hate myself. I'm in this dead-end job. And
I'm fucked.
News corporation I fucking hate.
In the ongoing legal battle between Johnny Depp and his estranged wife, Amber Heard, there's been a lot of old and new information that just keeps coming up, as well as a whole lot of names, famous names we might add, included in the courtroom. From James Franco to Elon Musk, the range is limitless in this lawsuit. So which famous name is the latest to pop up during the course of the highly publicized lawsuit? What has Paul Bettany, a close pal of Johnny Depp, got to say about Amber Heard and her marriage to Depp? The Depp versus Heard libel case is no longer news to the public, even as different twists and turns about the lawsuit surface every day. It has been such a suspense-filled case action that you'd almost think it's one of the entertainers' movies. A lot of people have had various things to say about the legal battle, with some for Depp and against Heard and vice versa. But the most recent person to share his opinion about the entire situation is none other than Paul Bettany. Paul, a British actor popular for his role as Vision in the Marvel movie The Avengers, has broken his silence for the first time about his experience having his text messages subpoenaed during the highly publicized libel lawsuit, talking about the conversations between himself and Johnny Depp concerning Amber Heard read out at Depp's trial. Speaking to the London Independent, Bettany, who is currently promoting his recent work, A Very British Scandal, told the magazine it was a really difficult subject to talk about, especially in the courtroom, and said he was concerned doing so would just pour fuel on the fire. A number of text messages exchanged between Depp and Bettany, his friend and former co-star, were shared in court in 2020 by lawyers for News Group International, which Depp was suing after a column by Dan Wooten in The Sun referred to him as a wife-beater. The unpleasant and highly aggressive exchange between Paul and the Pirates of the Caribbean Johnny Depp made lewd references to Heard's beaver and discussed her murder by burning or drowning. One of the messages sent by Paul to Johnny in 2013 reads, "I'm not sure we should burn Amber," wrote Bettany. "She is delightful company and pleasing on the eye. We could, of course, do the English course of action and perform a drowning test. Thoughts? You have a swimming pool." Depp then shot back a reply saying, "Let's drown her before we burn her. I will fuck her burnt corpse afterwards to make sure she's dead." Now Johnny, that's just ugly. To which Bettany, presumably joking, wrote back, "My thoughts entirely. Let's be certain before we pronounce her a witch." The exchange between the two actors has been described by many as very incriminating and entirely in poor taste. Paul, speaking out, says having been roped into the ongoing legal battle has caused him an unpleasant feeling on his part. Reflecting on the whole Johnny Depp fiasco while being interviewed on his journey to Hollywood and how far his career has come, Bettany said that it's a really difficult subject to talk about for him, and notes that his answering questions about it would just pour fuel on the fire, and ended up calling the entire thing very strange. We'll agree with you on that one, Paul. It is a very bizarre situation. What was strange about it was you suddenly have one of the most scabrous newspapers in London and their lawyers pouring through your texts for the last 10 years. Can you imagine what it would be like, honestly, to have a bunch of lawyers go through every one of your emails and texts for 10 years? All I can tell you was that it was an unpleasant feeling, he continuously said. During the course of the suit, over 70,000 texts were accidentally made public by Depp's former attorneys, and amidst that figure is the Paul to Johnny and Johnny to Paul conversation. To conclude that this chain of messages made known to the public might have contributed to why Johnny lost the case against the UK's tabloid The Sun in 2020 is not jumping the gun. Bettany has starred alongside Depp in a number of notable motion pictures, including Transcendence, released in 2014, Mordecai, released in 2015, and The Tourist, 2010. The pair's friendship drew attention to their correspondence in relation to Depp's former marriage, and Bettany subsequently received a subpoena to explore his messages for references to Heard. It is evident that the Emmy Award-winning actor is not in the least bit pleased about making his conversations with Depp known and frowns upon it too. For Bettany, he reiterates that having the messages made public was very upsetting for him. The actor, who is married to the Oscar-winning actress Jennifer Connelly, cited another incident in which his privacy had been breached over the years while he has been in the public eye. Giving an example of what he experienced with his wife some time back, Paul said, "Years ago, me and Jennifer were having an argument on the subway about who was picking the kids up from school. He added that the spat was recorded and was leaked to the media, and soon after, reports started fueling that he and his wife were splitting up. Someone at my kids' school asked them if they knew their parents were getting a divorce. I don't feel that I signed some Faustian pact with the devil when I became an actor to give away all my privacy." Depp, on his part, in another series of texts, allegedly referred to his consumption of alcoholic drinks and potential narcotic substances, corroborating his ex-wife's claim of the actor's substance abuse and how he becomes this monster once he uses it. Johnny reportedly wrote, "I'm gonna properly stop the booze thing, darling. I drank all night before I picked Amber up to fly to LA this past Sunday. Ugly, mate. I am admittedly too fucked in the head to spray my rage at the one I love. For a little reason as well. I'm too old to be that guy, but pills are fine." This consistent mention of hard drugs and narcotics of course prompted the courts to ask Depp during the proceedings whether Bettany was one of his drug buddies, and he said that the pair had taken drugs together and drunk alcohol too. Since his loss and fallout from the case, Depp appears to have lost out on a number of film roles, most notably of which was his starring role as Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, which has since seen Mads Mikkelsen recast as his replacement for the part. Unfortunately for Depp, the same cannot be said of his former spouse, Amber, who was a cast member in the first Aquaman movie and may be returning in her role in the second installment, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, according to news reports. Even though Depp lost the libel suit in 2020, he is currently still embroiled in yet another lawsuit against Heard, and the 58-year-old actor is leaving no stones unturned in clearing his name in the $50 million defamation lawsuit he has filed against his ex-wife Amber Heard, after she wrote a 2018 Washington Post op-ed in which she described being a victim of domestic abuse within one of her relationships. Although Amber did not specifically mention names, Depp is taking legal actions against his ex-partner because, according to the Fantastic Beasts actor, it is clear Heard was referring to him as her abuser. Allegations Johnny has vehemently denied but claims to have been very damaging to his career and reputation, which has led him to suffer tremendous financial losses. In his suit, Depp stands on his innocence, saying, "I have vehemently denied Miss Heard's allegations since she first made them in May 2016, when she walked into court to obtain a temporary restraining order with painted-on bruises that witnesses and surveillance footage show she did not possess each day of the preceding week. I will continue to deny them for the rest of my life. I never abused Miss Heard or any other woman." According to the Captain Jack Sparrow character, he is filing the lawsuit to clear his name as well as his reputation, and to also bring clarity to the women and men whose lives have been harmed by abuse and who have been repeatedly lied to by Miss Heard purporting to be their spokesperson. What do you think of Paul Bettany's text messages exchanged with Johnny Depp? Do you believe the exposed messages contributed to Depp losing the libel case? Was Depp and Bettany right to have called Heard names in their private conversation? Let us know what you think in the comments section down below. See you next time, and thanks for watching.